Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to an Ogre review. This is for the Wheel of Time TV series on Amazon, covering the first 3 episodes and ultimately tackling the question, should I watch it? So we'll go through kind of what it is, what it's going to offer you, and some of my thoughts on whether or not you should watch this. Let's start with the cast. The cast, some of the characters are cast exactly how you would expect them from the 1990s version of the Wheel of Time, and some have been updated for a more modern audience, and some I'm not even sure why they chose the character. There's a couple of characters that I don't feel really fit the part, even though they could in a more modern way. So there's definitely some divergence from what you would expect from the book series. And now, does that necessarily make it bad? I'd say from a casting perspective, no, because for me personally, it's the story that I'm mostly important with, and if the characters and the casting work with the story, then I'm fine with that. And we'll see whether or not that's the case as we go through. And the story itself, for those of you who've read the books, there are going to be several divergences from the story and from the books, and a lot of cut out pieces. As a matter of fact, at the end of the 3rd episode, you have covered over half the book. So the pacing, they get rid of like the prologue. They don't talk about the history very much. A lot of the kind of slower character building scenes in the book are just not there. I mean, the characters are there, but their reasons and why they're there and how they fit into the story, there's a lot missing. Um, Maybe it will come together as the show moves on. But right now there are chunks that just aren't there, and um, I can't really rate it yet because it's not a full season. But right now I feel like some of the characters, their motivations, their reasons, the explanation for why they're doing things, who they are, is very lacking. So take that for what you will. We still got quite a few episodes to go through, but if you but if you're expecting the story from the books, you may not get that, and you may not even get some very major plot points. Because in the books, right from the beginning, the Dragon Reborn is going to be Rand. The show itself is basically opening that up to other possibilities. So if you're okay with some major divergences from the storyline and you just are excited about a fantasy show, then you may not be disappointed by the story. But if you've read the books, you like the books, there's going to be a couple of hard pills to swallow. Not saying it's going to be bad, but don't expect the story from the books. So is this the Wheel of Time? Right now, I'm still not certain about that. There are definitely aspects of it that are part of the story, but there's a lot of liberal interpretation, a lot of things left out. There's even characters that have been added, and I'm not a big fan of adding characters. So, is this the Wheel of Time? The jury's still out on it, but don't expect to see a word by word, replaying of the story. Some's left out, some's changed. So maybe it is the Wheel of Time, maybe it isn't. We'll see. So should we watch it? Well, I can't say that I enjoyed the first 3 episodes, but what I can say is that I am not stopping watching it yet because it still has a chance to find its footing, to be something. I don't know that it's the Wheel of Time, but it still might be a decent story, and so I'm still here to see the next episodes. It hasn't lost me yet. Um, so should you take the risk on it? Honestly, if you have other things you're more excited about watching, maybe you should watch those first. If you've got time for another show in your life you want to try, I mean, the first 3 episodes are out. If you got Amazon Prime, go ahead and check out 1 or 2 of them to see if it's something you might like. And we'll see. Hopefully, the show is everything you want it to be. All right, now that has been an Ogre review for the Wheel of Time TV series on Amazon Prime, and we'll catch you for another review later.